In this lecture, we will study Mockito deep mock concept. Okay, before we start learning what is deep mock, let's take a look at an example for demonstrate that. First, we need to create the source code and the SRC directory. We create the new package name is Mockito. Okay, and under this package, we need to create the two class used for um, external service. The first is the external service. And inside this internal service, we have a method, simple method, get value. But we wanted to simulate this moment the external service is not available. We will through the runtime exception. Is enough through runtime exception. But this external service were not created by external directly. We will create a new class named external service factory used to create and return the external service. Factory. All right. And the return type is the external service create external service. All right. We just return. Sorry, we no need to return. We also need to simulate this moment the external service factory not available to through new runtime. It is just a simulator, right? Now we can use the Mockito to create the mock object of external service factory and then try to access external service get value method. What happened? Okay, let's create the Mockito deep mock test. All right. Oops. Okay. Inside this test class, we just write the same source code we already demonstrated at the previous lectures. Okay, let me what's that? Private external service factory. External service factory. Okay. And mock annotation. Don't forget extends Mockito extension. All right. Now we simply write simple test case method. What test gets value test. Okay. Now actually we already created the mock object by mock annotation. We already now so far the variable external source factory is not now right. But we wanted invoke the create external service method and try to invoke the get value method. Okay, so far what happened? It before I execution this test method, I think we can exactly to know. So far, it will be through the exception. The exception is the no point exception because inside this create external service, we create the runtime exception directly, but we not return the external service instant, right? Now let's execution this test method. I will not do some do any assertion statement at here. As you can see, the result is matched our expected is through the no point exception. This moment, let me try to simple assertion this statement. Okay, executable, right? Executable provided by joint file. Executable, right? And we will use joint file assertion statement to assert this executable. Assertions, okay, do not import the error package and assertion assert through throughs. As you can see, this is the now point exception class and pass the executable. Right. Now this moment, the test method will be execution successfully, and because the output and the behavior matched our expected, but I wanted to locate those source code inside the nested class. Okay, nested no point exception. Nested. All right. Okay. At the next lecture, let's to give several solutions how to resolve these problems and these issues or scenarios we maybe we will meet and our development process. Okay. All right. See you next lecture.